Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Health and Home with Stephanie. In today's episode, I am joined by my friend and realtor, Rachel Ray. Welcome, Rachel.
Hi.
Hi. Will you share with us which company you are with?
Yeah, I am with the Pershall Group. We are under Realty One. That's our real estate company that we're under.
So you have a lot of exciting things that have been going on lately. So I'm going to start with the professional side of things first.
Okay.
And so tell me a little bit about your new license that you're working on.
Well, I actually just took a bunch of classes. They're for my broker's license. I have not taken the test yet, but I have all my broker classes taken.
That is awesome. Will you share with us really what's the difference between a realtor and a broker?
Yeah, so a realtor works under a broker. So, for example, Realty One has their own broker. Now, there's a bunch of realtors underneath of them, and we can always go to our brokers for help. The brokers also take care of all of the trust accounts. So when you were to go purchase a home, you put in your earnest money, whatever amount that may be, it's always held in a trust account held by the listing broker, or brokerage, I should say, like Realty One.
Mm-hmm.
And the broker has to make sure to manage all of that, and they get audited and things like that. So there's a lot more law that goes into having your broker's license, just a lot more detail within the real estate transaction.
Okay. But really no difference as a home buyer if I'm looking to see, okay, which realtor do I want to go with? It doesn't matter if they are a realtor or if they're a broker.
Nope, it really doesn't matter. You can go with a realtor, you can go with a broker. A lot of times a broker has seen a little bit more different scenarios and they help out their realtors. But some realtors just never want to go get their broker's license because they want to focus on their clients.
Well, kudos to you for taking on something new, right?
Yeah.
Growing your business. So proud of you for that.
Thank you.
I also wanted to kind of touch on a personal note there because you've just competed in your first strongman competition.
Second one.
Second,
Yes.
Okay. And you took home first place.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about that and just that competition and what that looks like for you.
Yeah, so with Strongman, I placed first, so I qualified for nationals because this was a sanctioned competition. So I'm training for nationals, and that's in New Hampshire in June. Yeah, so Strongman is a lot different. There's different weight classes. It's just really who's the strongest in all these different events. So there's normally about 5 events that you do overhead, some type of pole deadlift or truck pull or log you're throwing up over your head or kegs you're throwing around. It's just a little bit different. There's always working out, but I always like to change it up.
Yep, you do. So I always laugh because one of the first times, I think it was the first time that we ever met, was at a gym and working out more or less together with the same trainer. And sure enough, your starting weight, I think, was my ending weight or my max weight. So definitely a big difference between strength. So one of your passions.
Yeah, that's just different body types, and different strengths are for different people. So, and that's another thing. So, but it's always fun. It's always fun to challenge yourself too.
Exactly. And one of the things that I love is that you've really competed in a lot of various settings. So, I know you've done bikini, and I know that you have done figure.
Yep.
Figure.
Bikini
Okay.
and figure. So, figure I did really well, and bikini I did okay in as well. That was a completely different thing. So it's kind of nice with Strongman. I'm kind of combining both a little bit. So with Strongman, I'm really counting my macros, same as what you do in bikini or figure. You want to try to get as lean as possible and look that best up on stage. But the difference is all that posing is so much fun, and I always get so nervous about that posing. But and you want to look the best you want in a bikini, and Strongman, you just want to make sure you make that weight class and you can lift up that weight. So the macros are just a little bit different. You're still counting them and doing things like that, but you want to keep your strength up. So it's watching what you're eating, making sure you're eating healthy, so that way you can be within that weight class, but you can gain as much strength as possible.
Yep, because food is fuel, right?
Yep.
So it's not about just starving yourself. It's definitely about using that fuel in order to help yourself be stronger.
Exactly.
So, all right, you said in June, so I'll not sure that I'll be there, but I will definitely be cheering you on.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
All right. So we'll kind of flip back over into the real estate market, and let's kind of talk about one of the biggest issues that we're having right now. And that's when someone comes to you and says, hey, Rachel, I want to sell my home, but I have no idea where I'm going to live.
Yes. So that is a very big problem that we have a lot of times as realtors. It does depend on the price point that you're going to be moving up into. If it's a little bit higher price point, we can definitely still put your house on the market. One of the things that we do a lot of is we make it contingent on seller finding their new home. So a lot of times buyers now, especially first-time home buyers, they're going to be a little bit more lenient because it is such a seller's market that, you know, they're like, they'll be okay. I'll let you find that home, you know, but accept my purchase contract at this price point, and whenever you find a home, you know, that's when we'll close on that. There are a little bit, you know, of legal things that you go in through that, giving you so many days to find that next home. But doing that makes your offer a lot more aggressive, if you want to say, because if you put in an offer subject to that your house selling, they're going to go with another offer that doesn't have that contingency. So it kind of helps takes that contingency away. Because if you don't do that, you may not ever be able to win that offer, get that house that you want.
Okay.
So
is there, what are some things that as a homeowner that you might want to, I don't know, kind of prepare yourself for so that you're just in a smaller window for, you know, the sale of your home and the purchase of the next home that you want to buy?
Yeah, so before you go about selling your home, I would take a look at, you know, really, what are you looking for in your next home? You know, kind of drive around, see what's out there. Right now, I think spring's honestly coming a little bit early. I see a lot of listings coming up right now. So kind of go through those and look at online, and, you know, that's always that first look. And make sure you know what you want and know what area you want to go into. Be open to those types of things. Also, may not look at the top of your price point. You know, if your max price point is $300,000, I would maybe look at your 270s, 280s. So then that way, if you find that house that you like, you can go over that list price, because there are a lot of homes going for $20,000, $30,000 above list price. So that way you can be competitive in that market if you need to be.
Okay, so by going a little over list price, but then having your offer be contingent on the sale of a home, that's going to put that seller, you know, give that seller, you know, a second look at your offer.
Exactly. So if your home is already sold and it's just contingent on closing, you know, and you're going over list price, they're more than likely be a lot happier to work with you.
Okay.
On something like that.
Do you recommend that clients get their home ready and then get it up on the market and then start that shopping process? Or, I mean, kind of what's the step? What would be like the best recommended step?
Most recommended step, I know that, so if you go shopping, you find that perfect home, you're going to be heartbroken probably because you won't be able to compete against those other offers. You can always try, but my recommendation is get your house ready to list, because when you meet with that realtor, I know that I have a seller's guide that I go through, and it goes through the 5 Ds of what you need to do. It's, you know, declutter, depersonalize, make sure you have the your front porch area is really nice. There's just a lot of little things that you need to do to get your house ready to sell that you may not think about, but when you go to sell the house, buyers are going to see those things. So I would get your house ready to sell first. You know, meet with a realtor. Then when you're getting really close, then, you know, you can start that shopping. When you're within like a week or so of listing that house, you can go shopping.
Okay.
Especially if you're in a certain price point. If you're in between that like 200 to 300 to even 350 price point, those houses are going to go pretty quick.
Yes, very much so. Especially in certain neighborhoods, those are like, I think they're sold before they're even listed a lot of times.
Sometimes, yeah.
So Rachel, I know that you've been a realtor for quite some time and have a lot of experience. Do you have a certain type of client that you typically work with?
A lot of my clients are repeat clients. A lot of my clients have already bought homes, so I'm in a lot of that area where I have to sell their home and help them find a new one. But a lot of them are referrals too. So a lot of them that are first-time home buyers, you know, a lot of friends are referring me to those first-time home buyers. Like I said, it is a little bit rough for those first-time home buyers. Also understanding how many offers they're going to be competing against. So that part is a little bit more difficult, but, you know, it is nice because those first-time home buyers sometimes my clients have the home they want.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
that does help, having all those years in the business. I have a lot more contacts that I can reach out to my clients and say, hey, are you looking to sell? Because there are a lot of my clients looking for a house like yours.
Mm-hmm.
So you can make that transition pretty smooth.
Yep, and that's a great point to bring up, is just the fact that you've been in a lot of those homes, so you know from a past client if it's a first time home and maybe it meets
Mm-hmm.
the needs of someone that you have just been referred to who's a first time home buyer.
Right.
So you can just kind of connect those dots, if you will,
Yeah,
and hopefully find that step up home or that
hopefully.
dream home for that other
Yeah.
client, right?
Yeah.
All right. Rachel, how can people get a hold of you if they are looking to either sell or purchase a home?
Yeah, so we do have our website. It's pershallgroup.net. It's Pershall. Or you can call me. My phone number is 515-227-3233. But yeah, those two ways, find all my contact information.
Well, perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and I appreciate all of your knowledge, and good luck in June. Until next time, stay committed to your health and home goals.